Alright guys, it's been a while since I've made a video, but that's because I've been busy organizing the casuals only reg tournament. This is the 6th year, believe it or not, that we're doing this thing. Um, this is actually the biggest version of the casuals only reg tournament, and it has some unique rules. I will quickly go over them really. Yeah, so in a nutshell, it's a draft tournament, and you know, each team is going to be playing one versus one, two versus two, free for all, and large two-team games. Um, there was a there was a draft, four captains. We had Sir Judith, Pompous Bastard, um, Goldsbane, and Emir. It was sort of a on a volunteer basis. Anybody who wanted to be a captain could step up. Obviously, this is an environment where people can practice their captaining skills and that sort of thing. And then, of course, for every win, you get a certain amount of points. Whoever gets the most points is the winner, or actually, the two teams who have the most points face off in the grand finals. A quick rundown of the teams. We have Team A, the A team with Sir Judith as captain. We have Groove, Silic, MP, Garnish, Swatacular, Envelop Your Soul, Sir Judith himself, Weiss, and Ghetto Raid. Now you might notice these three different colors. The colors represent groups of players that were categorized by what I think the skill level is, and in addition, we also had at least one advisor for these four captains. Asmodean was the captain for, or the advisor rather, for Team A. Akira and Ephemeral were the advisors for Team B. Rat King was the advisor for Team C. And Donsky was the advisor for Team D. And the various advisors gave me some input as to how to categorize the players, and the reason why we categorized the players was to make sure that the 2-on-2, the free for all, and the 1-on-1 matches featured players from the same group, which should theoretically lead to some evenly matched games. And so, for example, if we go back to the rules, in week 1, which took place on June 14th, Team A versus Team B, Team C versus D. The Tier 1, the first group, would play a free-for-all game, four-person free-for-all. The second tier would play a one versus one match, and Tier 3 would play a 2 versus 2 match. And then, of course, everybody would play the large two-team games. So every player hopefully played at least the large two-team games plus one of these other matches. But yeah, let me continue with the teams here. We have Team B, Mytholics Anonymous, with Pompous Bastard as the captain, Walter White Overdose, Lone Ranger Joral, Legacy Typhoon, Harry Toddler, Sea Doug, and Lake Sprite. Team C, who I believe were called the Casuals, with Amir as captain, Sanglane, Gronjack, Rib Feast, Twiceborn, Meerkat, John God, Gorilla, and Ratipi. And Team D, otherwise known as the Irregulars, with Killer King, Spy, Foss, Thor 311, Terminal Cheese, Goldsbane as captain, Grenade, Two Frogs Walking, and a late addition was Lost Soul, who I believe has been consistently lurking around, but he officially joined Team D last week, I think. So yeah, with that being said, I don't think I'm going to be covering the 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, and free for all matches because it's simply too many games, which is actually a good thing. but I will be covering these large 2-team games. Now, as I say that, it looks like there's only 5 for Team Mir, and it looks like Goldsbane's team might have 5 as well, keeping in mind Dunsky is the advisor, and so the advisors cannot play in the games, though they can be on voice chat. So yeah. Now I think the way that I'm going to do this, which is different from how I've done a lot of these videos in the past, is I think I'm just going to do these matches back to back. Or, sorry, instead of doing each match between Team A and B and C and D on their own, I'm actually just going to do, for example, this match here between Team C and D on Eyrie, and then the next game I'm going to cover is going to be the Eyrie game for Team A versus Team B, and it'll make it somewhat easy to compare and contrast how the teams played, what kind of different strategies they used, and that sort of thing. So I think it could be used as kind of a learning tool, hopefully. But yeah, let's just get into this. This is week 1, game 1, between Team C and Team D, the casuals versus the irregulars. Eyrie, last man on the hill. All right, so if you were, I believe these map choices were the DE rounds of this year's Myth World Cup. I can't recall which specific week it was, but yeah, these were maps that were actually chosen by the Myth World Cup teams themselves rather than the tournament host Asmodean. So I don't know who exactly picked these maps, but it was one of the teams. Now, we do see Goldsbane handing out units, so this might be their unit trade here. See a lot of warlocks, a couple of mortars, handful of soulless, and a lot of mauls, a lot of zerks. And I think Amir's handing out some units, so let's see. Oh, okay, so by contrast, we see a lot of goals here. What is this? 16 goals. 4 mortars, 4 warlocks, 8 soulless. So we have 2 more Dwarven mortars, no warriors, and way fewer mauls, and the same amount of zerks, I believe. So, yeah, interesting decision to go with all of these goals. I'm not sure if Amir is aware of who is captaining his the opposing team. Goldsbane. You know, with a name like that, you might want to shy away from maxing the goals. But nonetheless, Amir seems to be going for it. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see if these goals can do anything. Keep in mind these planning times are kind of long, so I don't really have much else to talk about. I did start screen sharing, so I don't know if anybody's going to actually join, but yeah, if they do, I'll be anxious to see what they think, especially if they were in this game. I mean, since this is a last man on the hill game, I think we're going to see a lot of middle. We need the soulless to get on these hills, and I think that's pretty much the strategy so far that I can tell. I mean, there's going to be some standoff with the artillery units. But, you know, I think it's really going to come down to these Soulless, who are being controlled by Ghoulsbane for the irregulars.
Game on.
And it looks like John God for the casuals. So you know, John God, he does have all this World War II experience, and so he may have an advantage here with the Soulless. But then again, John God, who knows? Yeah, and so we see a huge melee pack, Zerks, and all of the goals going around, it looks like. Meanwhile, pretty much everyone is going middle for Ghoulsbane's team. Amir gets to the flag first, but I don't think it really matters.
Flag
we'll see.
captured.
We'll see if the Soulless go for two groups of 4 or one group of 8. Right, okay, so Emir, with his goals and Zerk combination, they're really encircling the team, and there seems to be no movement, no artillery, no movement of warlocks to repel this group here. And now to make things even worse, we have these John God Soulless who are throwing. Unfortunate dud there from Sanglane. I think the pus might have bounced back in his face. I see some artillery getting hit here. Nice shot there from John God to kill a warlock. Oh, these are going to get annihilated. Ratipi with a couple of warlock shots, and it looks like... Oh no, friendly fire shot there from Thorn. And this is... all hell's breaking loose here. Looks like all of the artillery have been wiped out for Ghoulsbane's team.
Flag captured.
However, percentage-wise, it's still a bit close. I mean, you know, Emir does have a very injured Trow, and Grenade has both Trow in relatively healthy condition for Team Ghoulsbane, so it's actually pretty close here. Oh, unfortunate dud. Yeah, and so I think, oh, John God needs to be throwing at these Trow. Okay, there we go. Yeah, and so Grenade definitely has the Trow health advantage. Honestly, you might be able to just rush this if you can get all these other units on the same page. But, yeah, I mean, if Amir's team is able to keep blasting with these warlocks, then their advantage is definitely going to diminish. And yeah, I mean, I think that if everybody were to rush, these Trow were to eat a couple of fireballs, they could easily win this game here.
5 minutes remaining.
Oh, grenade might be getting a little too aggressive. I think he might have trapped himself. Okay, well, he's going to take some damage, but he does get that other Trow. And I think Coolsbane's team might be calling for the rush here.
Flag contested.
Yep, and it looks like these warlocks are going to get fried.
Flag captured.
Grenade's going to lose a Trow, but there's tons of melee. And I think that's going to do it. All that's left is the Soulless. Now, I think if John God were to belabor this game, he could hand out some spares to all of his other opponents because they don't have any artillery units. So they could theoretically hover around the flag and just start chucking javelins, try and get as much damage as they can, and potentially win the game. I think it's still an uphill battle, but yeah, we'll see if John God wants to be that guy who plays seriously in the casuals only tournament. Oh, he's gonna lose a guy. He should be thrown at the Trow. Yeah, I think John God should try and spare some units, maybe. And he should unclump his guys. Toxin calling for a hydration break. No doubt a World Cup reference, as the World Cup is going on today. Good games, Japan. Being eliminated by Brazil, no shame in that. Paraguay, or is it Paraguay or Uruguay? One of those victorious today, beating Germany, I believe.
One minute remaining.
And this looks like it's going to be it.
Seconds remaining.
gonna get that Warlock. Can he get the contest?
Game
No,
over.
he can't. Okay, so Goldsbane is gonna take game 1. Well done from Goldsbane. I think they recognized that they were down in artillery units, but they were up in Trow health, so they used the Trow to push. Nice push there from Grenade. And all those Warlocks just couldn't kill enough melee units. Alright, so now this is the Group A versus Group B Eyrie match. Let's compare and contrast. Alright, so we have Sir Judith, the Captain, Groove Silic Weiss, and Baron against Pompous Bastard Walter White, Lake Sprite, Sea Doug, and Geralt. So we shall see what the unit tree. Okay, so it looks like Pompous Bastard is done already. He went for the 16 Soulless. Yeah, 16 Soulless, 7 Artillery, a bunch of Zerks, and a handful of Mauls. So that is, I would say, kind of in the middle of Amir's team and Goldsbane's team, in the sense that Goldsbane's team went pretty heavy melee. Amir's team went heavy artillery. Pompous Bastard, he's going heavy. He's going max souls, I assume. And then Sir Judith, a somewhat similar unit trade here. Doesn't look like max souls, but a lot of souls. And I think he might have gotten a couple more Mauls or something instead. So yeah, it looks like we got Groove on the Trow and Baron on the Soulless. For this team, Team B, we have Walter White with the Trow, Lake Sprite, and Geralt on Soulless, and then presumably everybody else with Warlocks and melee units and mortars and all that good stuff. Yeah, so I think there is a bit of a interesting contrast. Obviously, Pompous Bastard is putting a lot of faith in these Soulless units, getting the maximum, which it makes sense. These hills are very valuable, and assuming you maneuver them well, they can't really get hit except by Warlocks and such. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Game on.
So it looks like Baron is being commanded to go to this hill, which makes sense. I would much rather have them on this hill though, because on this hill they could actually get into a line on this sort of vertical type mountain. They won't be able to line up for maximum effectiveness, although you could put a few there, I guess. Anyway, Walter White is going to get to the flag first, it looks like.
Flag captured.
It looks like Sir Judith's team is going all middle. Not much in the way of a flank. And it looks like
contested.
these guys are kind of flanking, but then decided not to. Not really sure. Maybe they're just there to seal this northern passageway. But, yeah, it looks like all the entrances are covered by Team B. And we're going to have a soul fight here between Baron and Lake Sprite. Baron is exerting some aggression here. Love to see the Baron get aggressive. Uh-oh, that can be a problem. Oh. Nice attacking there from Groove to kill a couple of artillery units.
Lost.
I'm not sure what this Sea Dug Warlock is doing. He's just kind of walking around. He should be attacking these Soulless. And that was an amazing shot there from Silic to wipe out a whole bunch of Soulless. Yeah, that Sea Dug Warlock. Not sure what he was doing. Could have helped out. Now these Warlocks are going to work. I think these Soulless need to rotate and engage the Baron. Or somebody needs to... Sea Dug needs to start blasting. But he's running away. I don't know what he's doing with that Warlock.
Flag captured.
Geralt with the circle formation. Is that what I saw? Interesting choice. It's a nice Warlock shot there from Geralt. One thing I will note is having the Warlock and the Soulless is kind of a tall order, especially when Lake Sprite has free hands. So Geralt might want to consider passing some units to Lake Sprite.
Flag
And now Walter
contested.
White is engaging. But the Warlocks... I think the idea was for the Warlocks to
Flag
blast the
lost.
Zergs. But
Flag
nobody blasted the
contested.
Zergs. Oh,
Flag
and now
captured. Flag
Walter White lost a Trow. And it looks like these Geralt Soulless are going to get blasted.
Flag captured.
Oh, we see a friendly fire.
Flag lost. 5 minutes remaining.
Nice shot there from Silic. Silic has 10 kills, 9 kills with this Warlock. Doing a lot of good stuff. I think another friendly fire damage there from White. Oh wait, no, never mind. That's a bad guy. I think Walter White can kick these Zergs. Geralt needs to start throwing.
Flag contested.
I don't know what Geralt's doing. Oh, someone threw a pus. I have no idea who threw that. And it Looks like Walter's going to lose his trowel.
Flag contested.
Alright, so I guess the one saving grace is that both of these trow healths are very, very low. But as you can see, it is 92% to 21%. So if you, it'll be absolutely essential to keep these warlocks alive. That's a good shot right there. Gotta blast these soulless. Oh, he shoots. Okay, he went after the mortar instead. Oh, that warlock is going to get annihilated, and it looks like that's going to pretty much do it.
Team eliminated.
Alright, so despite having getting 16 soulless, the Baron really exerted dominance with half as many soulless to secure this area. I feel like Lake Sprite had no backup. There was a Sea Dug Warlock, but the Warlock wasn't doing anything, and that allowed the Vainglorians to basically take this whole northern area, and it kind of forced Team B to rotate, and
Game over.
it really just kind of collapsed after that. All right, I think I'll do one more game maybe. Lichen CTF. Here we go. This is back to Team C versus Team D. And it looks like a couple more people joined for each respective team. So I think Toxin and Two Frogs joined for the Irregulars, and maybe Twice Born and Kronjak. Or maybe just Kronjak. I'm not sure. For the casuals. So this is a classic pick here. It's an interesting unit trade. We see a lot of Thrall. Now I usually see Thrall accompanied by like an archer pack. Usually you get like 5 or 6 archers that go middle, followed by a Thrall wall. But there are no archers here. It's just dwarves and a lot of goals. Judging by the line, it looks like they're kind of, judging from the line and the unit trades, it looks like they're going to play kind of fast. I wouldn't be surprised if they have some kind of group of Thrall and a Dwarf going to the middle, and then everyone else follows this long line here. Maybe a warrior pack flank or something, but yeah, I think these guys are going to be playing fast. Who is going to be general? We have Toxin, general for the Irregulars. Let's take a look over here. Yeah, we see 6 archers. This is what I would consider to be more of a standard trade. We have Kronjak on general duty for the casuals. But I think Amir's team is going to be doing something similar. I saw some lines. It's hard to see because the dark green is hard to see against this overhead map. But you know, they don't have as many warriors. That's for sure. There's 8, 16, 24 versus 8, 16, 24. Okay, so yeah, there is max warriors. But way fewer thrall and these 6 archers. That seems to be the main difference. I assume it's going to be archers and thrall middle.
Game
and
on.
Sanglane is going to go to the right and up. John God, I'm not sure. John God might just be escorting the general. Now we do see Sanglane with a lot of goals. I don't know if he has sinister intentions in the way of a goal bomb or something of that nature. Or if he's just going to scout with his goals. Alright, so it looks like we have a lot of thrall. I don't know where these thrall are going. Okay, I do see some bottles being thrown. Grenade has some sinister intentions. And then we have Spy going south. He is going to encounter probably double the number of units. And I think Amir's team is actually going to get to the middle area first. And Amir's team is actually going to be well positioned to counter that long orange line that Goldsbane drew at the beginning of the map. He's got the general in a great location to stymie that line. And I think Toxin and Thor might just be a little out of position here. Okay, so now, Thor is going to help Spy, but I still don't know if they have enough numbers to counter Sanglane, who has just a whole bunch of warriors. Meanwhile, it looks like in the north, Emir doesn't really know what to do. Would have been a great choke point to throw some pus and then just rush these guys, but then if Sanglane goes through this choke point, then Thor should actually... Oh, we see a bottle pus. Oh, that blew up some people. I don't know if it blew up more of Sanglane's guys or I mean, some warriors definitely died, so there's positive damage. Oh, now he's gonna walk on the bottle. Oh, Sanglane walks over his own bottle. It looks like Kronjak might have suicided in the bubble, as is often the case with the general units. And I think at this point, Sanglane could actually just push this. I mean, he needs to be careful not to get pussed, but he should definitely be on the aggressive, and no one seems to be backing up Spy or Thor. The general Toxin has just been completely out of the game, having no impact. And I think Sanglane is trying to wall off. Oh! What the? We see a bottle, and now I think Sanglane's units are gonna wipe out Spy and Thor 311 here. And Sanglane's got a straight line to the flag. I'm not sure where the journeyman is for Team Amir, but the general definitely needs a heal.
Flag contested.
Oh, it looks like those ghouls, I mean the Thrall, are gonna hold off that warrior rush.
Flag contested.
Alright, now this is it. I don't think there's anything that Goulsbane's team can do
Flag
to
contested.
stop these warriors. But they might be able to take the flag. Ooh, that's a great shot.
Flag captured.
Okay. Yep. Okay,
Team
Kronjak just
eliminated.
throwing bombs like he doesn't care about his own team. So yeah, I mean, nicely done from Emir's team to knot up the match at 1-1. Great playing there from Sanglane to push with the Warriors. I'm not sure where Toxin's general was supposed to go, but he seemed to be too far away to help the south, and also too far away to help push, to attack not Sanglane, but Kronjak's general. He was just kind of in no man's land, so I don't know if that was the plan or not. But yeah, great job by Emir's team.
Game over.
To knot up the match. Alright, so let's check out Lichen for the A versus B match. I assume that these two teams will get a very, very similar trade to the teams from last game. maybe a handful of archers, max warriors, a few dwarves, and then just some combination of ghouls and thrall. I mean, that's pretty much the trade. Alright, so it does look like Sir Judith has finished trading. He's opting for close to 15, 20 thrall, maybe. A lot of goals, 4 dwarves, max warriors. So he opted for no archers. And it looks like for Pompous, 5 archers, even more thrall than Sir Judith's team, but at the cost of a lot of goals. And so, you know, I think that this is probably a really good trade for 5 people, because a goal pack is kind of a luxury, and if you had 6+ people, then a goal pack might work. But with only 5 players on your team, you know, I think getting a lot of thrall, a lot of warriors, is probably the way to go. Keeping it simple. Who is the general? Let's see here. You see Groove with the general. Who's going to have the goal pack here? It looks like Sir Judith has the goal pack, and it's going to be about 5 or 6 goals. I see a lot of drawing on the map here. I don't know if Asmodean is drawing or if Sir Judith is drawing. What's going on? But there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Not much drawing on the way of Pompous Bastard's team. Alright, so it looks like Pompous Bastard is going south with 33% of the army. This is a lot of percentage here. Oh, and Gerald, it looks like, is also going south. And then I presume everybody else, the other 3 players, are going middle. Okay, so instead of the deep flank, like what Spy, Sanglane, Thor 311 did, which ultimately led them to this area, it's more of a shallow affair, and they're sort of collecting over here. And it looks like Walter White is going to get his units around, which may be a factor. Not really sure. We have to see. But it looks like all of the exits are sealed. There is a line directly to the flag. I'm not sure if that means go. Telling Baron to go. Go for the flag. Alright, we see a shield down. Who's gonna throw? What a throw there from Walter White to kill one of Groove's soldiers. What is Walter White doing? He should have gotten the general to slice. I don't know. I don't know what Walter White was doing. Got to work on the micro. Alright, so it looks like this gold pack, I think they might have small pus, or they might have a bottle pus, who knows. They are going to encounter 5 thrall on the flag, which is a very light force. Alright, that was a monstrous throw. What is Walter doing with his warrior? I don't, or his general, I don't know. Oh, you don't throw a pus into the deflector shield because you're going to pus yourself. That is a lesson that Silic learns, hopefully. And now Walter White is getting trapped here. And Pompous Bastard just completely out of the battle here. This is not good positioning. I think when he saw these units, he should have considered going back to the flag. Because there's no way that he's going to get to this flag in a reasonable amount of time. And it looks like these warriors are going to get the better of Team B here.
Flag contested.
Or are they going to walk off? Oh, nice pus. A potential game-saving pus there. Oh, another nice counter pus.
Flag contested.
That was a beautiful pus from Sir Judith,
Flag
maybe?
contested.
Or Baron? I'm not sure who it was. But yeah, two very good pusses back to back. Oh, what a throw there from the Baron.
Lost.
Baron up to his dirty deeds. 46 damage. A lot of it was these 4 warriors. That was some good stuff. Yeah, the Baron with a gold pack. Very effective. I thought Sir Judith was the gold pack. I don't know. Baron might have had a warrior pack or something. But yeah, I mean, it looked like Team B spread themselves way too thin, especially again with only 5 players. Lake Sprite -6 damage. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, there you go.
Team eliminated. Game over.
Team A up to a quick 2-0 lead. All right, let's see this is game number 3. Desert Ruins with R and 2AL2PFG. I don't know what any of that stuff means, but we shall see what happens. So I think this map will play a lot like, other maps with a huge river down the middle, flag rally style, like, Acts of Piety or something like that. 9 flags. Let's see. Okay, so they're splitting the forest giants between Thor and Toxin. Everyone else presumably Mortars, Zerks, Thrall Elite, some combination of that. Might be Max Thrall Elite -1, something like that. And we have 6 Mortars. For Team Amir, we have 10 Soulless, with Kronjak and Sanglane on Forest Giant duty. The same number of Mortars. And so, yeah, so this is what, 30 unit trading points dumped into these Soulless. And, in a flag rally game, would I rather have 10 Soulless or 30 Thrall Elite? I would take the Thrall Elite every time. So I must say that I do like Goldsbane's trade a little bit better. Especially because the deep water on this map, or the hills, aren't even that advantageous. So yeah, I think Amir's team really is at a pretty big disadvantage here, unless Amir himself. So unless the captain leads his team to some very impressive maneuvering, I really do like this trade a lot better from Goldsbane's team. Maybe, I see an X in some deep water. Are they going to sink a white?
Game on.
Yeah, it looks like Goldsbane has some ideas. I think he might be putting a white in this deep water. And sort of in a mirror image, Amir, he's going to be sinking some whites for his team. Now I don't know. Okay, so he's just looking for small pus. Oh, he gets a big small pus, or he gets a big pus. Lucky Amir. Yeah, so what I was going to say before that
Flag
whole
captured.
white explosion was where these souls are going to go, and it's clear that these souls are going to go towards the middle. Both forest giants are middle.
Flag captured.
And Amir's team is going to get the middle flag first.
Captured.
Are they going to hold it?
Flag captured.
And it looks like they are going to hold it. I think Amir's goal could have pushed and maybe gotten a lucky throw. There is no goal protection. Okay, now there is, but Alright, so we see a Zerk flank here from Grenade. They're going to get to this flag first, as well as this flag. So it looks like, with the exception of this middle flag, the positioning from Goldsbane's team is slightly better.
Flag captured.
Oh, we see a frozen. Can they capitalize? They need to get these mortars. They need to start launching. 2 frogs! Fire! Oh no, he's gonna get sliced. Get your units, 2 frogs. Defend yourself. Oh, now the pus is on both of them. More pus going down. Oh, but Kronjak is unfrozen. He's going to town. He's gonna punch a forest giant to death. All of a sudden, Amir's team has a pretty big advantage.
Flag captured.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, 2 frogs had a really great shot on those frozen forest giants, but he hesitated or something. I don't know what happened.
Captured.
Looks like Goldsbane might be, or Goldsbane's team might be able to get these mortars. Those mortars are going to go down. Alright, so we see Amir almost with victory imminent. But they did take some heavy losses. Now I think both of these, Flag 4 and Flag 8, are quite well defended.
Captured. Victory imminent.
And of course, now with victory imminent,
Flag captured.
Amir's team is going to have to get the victory here. They are up in percentage, but they did take some heavy damage. Pop that! Pop the white, Amir! Oh, he missed. Oh, that's a nice shot, though. He did miss the opportunity to white the forest giant. Oh, but he is going to get the pus down. Nice defense there from Twiceborn.
Flag captured. Sudden death.
And Amir's team, oh, I didn't even notice. They must have killed all these Thrall Elite with these mortars, John God.
Game over.
And, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean it's hard to track Amir's team because of their dark green color. I didn't even notice that they were up in the north. Missed it. But yeah, they pulled it out. Let's see how this game goes. And yeah, so I'm never gonna question Amir and his decision to get the 10 Soulless instead of the 30 plus Thrall Elite. He knew what he was doing. And yeah, Sir Judith going with a very, very similar trade to Goalsbane. I think he might have gotten a few more goals, but a lot of Thrall. And I wouldn't be surprised if they employ a very similar strategy to what Goalsbane's team did. Looks like Groove might be having both Forest Giants, which isn't surprising because there's only 5 players on the team. Looks like Walter White is going to get the Forest Giants for Team B. Kind of a similar trade, except they opted for 8 mortars. So yeah, I mean, both. So 3 out of the 4 teams opting for no Soulless. And so, yeah, I don't know. Amir's unit trade is the outlier, but they did win the game. So maybe that tells you what I know, which is close to nothing. I'm not sure if this is a joke or not, but this Forest Giant's name is Morning Wood. Very interesting choice. Willow Smash. Alright, so let's see if Walter White's Forest Giants can get to the middle, like what Amir's team did in their game. It looks
Flag
like
captured.
they will get there slightly faster.
Flag captured.
By maybe half a second.
Flag captured. Flag captured.
And Walter White, okay. Getting kind of aggressive.
Flag captured.
Here comes the Thrall game. Or sorry, the goal game. And it's interesting because both teams have 1 player on both Forest Giants. Is Walter White just going to go through? He's in throwing range.
Flag
oh, he doesn't.
Captured.
Backs off at the last minute.
Flag
okay, we see Pompous Bastard going for some tags. Oh, the Puss is going to get both of the Forest Giants. Bombs away from Weiss.
Flag captured.
And Walter White is going to go down, losing both Forest Giants. that is going
Flag
to put
captured.
Team B at a huge disadvantage. All of these mortars were completely unprotected. Geralt should know better than that. And now Geralt has to run away. I'm not sure what he can do at this point. He has no support. Actually, no one has tagged Flag 7 for Sir Judith's team. That's kind of surprising. Bit of a standoff here, I think. Oh, we see a white poking out.
Flag
Turn around. See
captured.
Doug. So can Geralt freeze at least one of these guys? And I think
Flag
Geralt is going to
captured.
get massacred here. Alright, so they do get flag number 8. They need to squeeze out someone to get flag number 2.
Flag captured.
But it looks like Groove is going to get these Thrall Elite to claim victory imminent. Or a combination of Groove and Weiss.
Flag captured.
Alright, so that's victory imminent.
Imminent.
So now it all comes down to this flag 4. Uh-oh, what is that? Oh, a dud. Oh, that was a small pus. Okay. Nice shot there from Sea Doug. I don't think Pompous Bastard can overcome this huge amount of Thrall Elite. Maybe with some pus or something? Does he have a large pus? If he has a large pus and they walk on this bomb, they might be able to do it, actually. But it seems like time is running out.
Flag
And that's going to do it. So, Sir Judith and Team A have a commanding 3-0
game
lead here. And since each match is 5 games, they are going to take this one. But I think I'm going to cover these next 4 games another time. I'm trying to keep my videos around an hour each. So, yeah, I'll cover the remaining 4 games in the next video, and I'll see you then.